to have a pop culture podcast yourself.
I am
Eboni.
very. I was. I was
You
actually.
know them all.
I know them all. Because I was the only child growing up, David. So TV was my buddy. It was my friend. You know,
Who doesn't love a little Full House? Come on.
Step by step. Like I gave a step by step reference on Watch What Happens Live last night. Suzanne Summers. Yeah.
Did you talk to her about Bob Saget, Candace Cameron?
So what's interesting is we talked a little bit about Full House. You could tell like a lot of, I think, child actor and actresses, nobody wanted to make her feel stuck in that because, you know, her personal story is incredible.
Right.
You know, she has
Totally
recovered from, you know, massive substance abuse issues. And now she works in other people's recovery, which is beautiful, along with her fiance. So we were kind of talking about grown up Jody. But of course, you know, some memories about Full House. And we all were devastated and brokenhearted when Bob Saget passed, you know, recently. And everybody reached out to Jody because, you know, it was very clear that they were all still very close, you know, coming off of Fuller House and all that.
Fuller House was also a great show.
People like, I didn't see that one, but people say it was great.
So good.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the Olsens, but we'll get over that for now.
Did it have John Stamos?
In and out.
Okay.
He came in and out. Yeah.
Okay.
Lori Loughlin, they popped in and out.
All right now.
What else is going on with you? Anything
What else is
you
going
can tell us
on?
about?
Plenty I could tell you about, but I won't. So yeah, because I thought about it, and then I'm like, no, you know, I got some very cool things coming out, you know, content wise, offerings wise.
Really?
But you know, in the business, I'm old school, so I believe in the proper rollout and announcement. So I hope, you know, you can respect that.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, nothing is definite until it is, and I believe.
Nothing's definite till it is. B, even the stuff that's definite, like.
Like this, like we knew about Beyond the Edge and we didn't discuss it.
Right. And then, you know, I didn't want to step on CBS's announcement. So I got that kind of thing where I can't step on people's announcement. But it's very cool.
Like, have you ever watched like Amazing Race, Big Brother, all these other CBS shows?
So my childhood best friend, Nichelle, and I were alternates for Amazing Race something many, many years ago, like 2010.
Huh.
And now having done Beyond the Edge, no, I would not do Amazing Race. I'm too old.
It's not easy.
I'm too old. I'm literally not other older people. Like I think Ramona and Luann could probably run a great race. Not for me.
Big Brother's a good one though.
My mom's obsessed with Big Brother.
It literally is possibly one of the best shows ever.
I've not seen it. I don't know the game, but my mom says Cynthia Bailey didn't know the game and she almost won.
She came in third. Now listen, there's lots of problems with her gameplay. She knows there's lots of problems with her gameplay, but by not really playing a great game, you can get far if you're not.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this show. Like I found this Beyond the Edge interesting in the sense that you don't get voted off. You vote yourself
You have to
off.
self-eliminate. And that bell's going to ring, so
Wow.
it works. Yeah.
Wow, and that's do new people come in when the bell rings?
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. No, Cynthia did well by not really doing so great. She got pretty far.
Yeah. That would probably be my approach if I were to do Celebrity Big Brother.
What do you think as a lawyer, I'm asking you since you watch all these shows about things like about things like, you know, Jen Shah. Well, Jen Shah, really.
You know, it's funny you say. Normally, in every other interview until this one, I have just declined to discuss Jen Shah because, you know, I just think it's a little tacky as you know, she's my colleague, you know, at this point. And I don't know the facts. I don't know the evidence. So I didn't want to speak on it. I'm not going to speak on the legality of her guilt or innocence because until somebody shows and gives me a retainer to go through all that fucking discovery, I ain't doing that. But I will say this. I did watch all 3 parts of the Salt Lake City reunion. And what I garnered from that is I enjoyed Jen Shah as a season 1 watcher. I don't know Jen Shah. We're friendly, like never messages, but like we send each other sweet emojis on social. Mainly just because I love her family, you know. Same, but I guess Lisa Barlow and I actually communicate. I love her family. And I have a newfound respect and love for Seth because that, you know, response on, you know, the whole, did she say that I slept with the other half of New York was, I thought, very classy, very elegant. So yeah, I kind of like the families on Salt Lake City. They're very nice.
I like a little Salt Lake.
I do. I really do. And I loved the first season, but you know, I was still kind of dealing with my own shit with season 2. But I did watch all 3 parts of Reunion, and I will tell you this, David. I thought Jen came off better at the end of this reunion than her whole first season, which is very ironic, I think, considering the circumstances. And I think I did not know that about Sharif, that he was an attorney for 13 years.
I did not know that.
Right. And that, of course, I then had a personal connection to him being a former NFL agent. It just added context. And I thought the way she just handled the questions about family and this and her boys, I actually came away more endeared, is what I can tell you. Now, is she guilty or innocent? I've got no clue. But similar to Heather, because I'm not the federal government, that's not really my stake. My stake in her is as a human being and as a person. And what I see, I like.
Yeah. I mean, people now, of course, are criticizing Andy, and he didn't come down as hard on her as he did on Erica.
Oh, interesting. See, I didn't watch the full Beverly Hills reunion, so I couldn't say about that. I don't think it's a fair comparison to talk about Erica and Sharif because they are not similarly positioned whatsoever.
That's also now out there.
Yeah, they're not similarly positioned. Sharif is not a cast member, number one. Number two, Sharif, to my observation, has not flaunted a flagrantly excessive materialistic lifestyle. And all that said, I don't have any stake in Erica's guilt or innocence either, So she could be as innocent as the day is long as well.
I was going to say, was that a dig at Erica?
Not at all. No, I don't know. I just think the analysis and the stakes are not going to be the same for anybody's spouse.
Right.
Jen Shah could be married to a woman.
Right.
That's how you equal the comparison. It's not about men versus when men get it easier than women. I thought that was a ridiculous take.
Right.
I think he's not the cast member.
He's not.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And again, I think it would be different if we saw Coach Shah, with like Jacob the Jewelry, $60,000 chains on and glam squats and different things like that.
Right. That would be
rolling around in Bentley SUVs. Then I do think he would have more questions. I really do.
Right. That would be more equivalent to the Erica.
Correct. Thing. Yeah. You got to manipulate, honey, if you're going to manipulate a variable, you got to manipulate all the variables.
I would agree with that. Before we wrap up, we talked about this off air, but I want to talk about it on air for a minute. I know we talked about briefly, because I'm obsessed with this now, this whole Kim Kardashian. Like, I'm obsessed with the Kardashians, first of all. But this whole, Kim Kardashian and this Variety article where she says, get your ass out of bed to women and go to work. And just everything. Now Kanye is banned from Instagram. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't notice. I just pray for Kanye because bipolar is real and it's just sad. So I'll speak to the part about Kim and the get your ass up and work. I actually have no relationship with the Kardashians, meaning I don't like them, I don't dislike them. To me, they're just women that go to work just like I do, you do. I don't give a damn. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. So what I do respect is what they have built. And to me, quite literally, I promise you this is not shade, off the back of Kim. That family owes, to me, everything that it has to Kim. And one could argue tangentially to Kris Jenner. So when Kylie Jenner says, she's a self-made billionaire, I laugh at that. I do think, what's the model? Kendall. Kendall's career is a little bit more like Bella and Gigi to me. Like, would they be the supermodels that they are without massively famous families? I don't think so, but she works, so I'm not mad at it. I think everybody got way bent out of shape over Kim's comment. And again, this is not because I stan Kim. I don't have no skims. I don't have no KKW makeup. I probably never will. So this is not in defense of Kim Kardashian, the person. But this is in defense of her message. And what I think, David, is a conflation of people between the message and the messenger. Because let's just isolate, again, let's isolate the